Alright guys, today I have another Fleos commentary for you. This is Triptych and I'm recording a 1 vs 1 of Tchapman versus Drone971. And I just had major dental work done, so my mouth is completely numb. And after this introduction you will not be hearing any more of my voice. So, let's sit back and enjoy the show. Okay, I can't stop myself. So you guys are getting entertained today. So I'd like to point out that for a very long time, the 2 Scout Cube 2 Probe build has been the most popular for raiding. However, normally you would use Intercept Scout Cubes, which do a whole lot more damage to miners. So with these Regeneration Scout Cubes, they won't be able to kill anything very fast. It's also interesting that while Drone has gone for 2 dilithium moons and 1 tritanium, he built this platform with a tri because this is his weak point of his build. Now he's getting those Intrepids. He's got 1 Intrepid out of this Antares yard. However, with the kind of income he's got right now, he really does not have the production to utilize it, which is why he's getting the platforms. And with it being a Regeneration Scout Cube, I don't think he'll be able to shut this down. But he needs another yard or something. I would expect a Starfleet command, but he's going for another expansion, so he's going to have way more resources than he knows what to do with. He'll probably spend a lot of them on platforms. Now this is the part of the game when the board player can begin saving up for nodes level 2, or they could start going for a sphere. However, Tchapman is going the route of many scout cubes. And you'll get into a very interesting balance between Federation and Borg, because the Intrepid will beat the Scout Cube, the Dodecahedron will beat the Intrepid, the Monsoon will beat the Dodecahedron, and the Scout Cube will beat the Monsoon. So they form a little square there, where it's a bit risky to build a bunch of Intrepids, because the Borg player might suddenly come out with the Dode, which will kill them very easily. But then, like I said, you can switch to the Monsoons, and then Scout Cubes kill the Monsoons, so it really just matters who gets more critical mass. However, these regeneration Scout Cubes are really not good in 3.27. They only get a 10% hull repair rate bonus on them, and their damage is significantly lower than the Intercept Scout Cube. In Triptych's mod, I increased that regeneration bonus to 100%, so it's double, and it still is a trade-off. I did notice that Drone is playing a Risner Federation today, so he's really hoping to get for his big yard. And you see there, they will be able to prevent this guy from building this platform. Oh, wow! That was really close. I did not think that would die. I guess even the regeneration Scout Cubes can do a lot of damage when there's just many of them. And you see, they are spreading damage a little bit. The auto-targeting will go against the probes, but the probes can fly out. And then the torpedo damage, will miss the probes a lot. So, and by having damage on multiple Scout Cubes at once, all of them can be regenerating simultaneously. So, I think this battle's probably going to continue here a very long time, because the board can regenerate slowly, and the Feds are not going to die. Actually, at this point, Tchapman needs to pull back, because Drone's doing a very good job of not just sitting around the yard, but sitting right at the entry point to the yard, so his Intrepids are not going to die. And a very sneaky, cheeky expansion behind Tchapman. Tchapman really needs to expand his mining, because he's going to be on one base, and he's going to be fighting against... Well, I mean, this one doesn't have mining, but he's going to be fighting against 3 bases pretty soon here. I was a little bit surprised not to see a something else going on for Drone, but I guess if he's just dual yarding, that uses up a fair amount of his resources. And yeah, we have 6 scout cubes and I think another one, yeah, so that'll be 7 scout cubes. That's a lot of hit points and a lot of damage, but as soon as the fleets get bigger, these scout cubes are going to die very fast upon entering combat. One of the unfortunate things about scout cubes is the regeneration module gives it more defense than the intercept module, which means if you put intercept cubes and regeneration cubes together, the intercept cubes get fired on first. So that can make it kind of tricky because your tanky ships don't tank for your offensive ships. But then again, these do make good tanks for bigger Borg ships, like if you got a Dode. I really don't know what his option is here. I think he needs freighters. I think he needs freighters really badly. Or he needs to start spreading these guys out and attacking random things with the scout cubes. Because the Federation ball is just going to keep growing, and it's going to outpace him. And they can go repair. And I mean, he's limited by his collective connections, so eventually the Federation can beat him just with platforms and mining stations. A little bit like what I did with Foo Fighter, you know, I lost that first engagement when I was fed because I just really needed to distract him long enough to get my platforms up and extra mining. Because Tchapman just doesn't have the firepower to shut down all these bases at once. Like, you're literally just building faster than he can kill them. Although, if you can kill a straggler, it's always a really good kill. And I'd like to note, there is no repair yard in the main base. In fact, all the repair yards are at the expansions. So if these Federation fleet ships keep getting caught off guard... Ooh, this is rough, because the scout cubes are faster. And they do have a lot of combat stats. Oh, okay, they did get a probe. And now they're going to start working on this injured scout cube. And they can send guys back to repair the thing. And that platform, I think, is going to make it. Although that one died. Now this is dangerous for the Feds, because if the Federation fleet gets reduced too much, then Tchapman will be able to move around with impunity. But that's the thing. Even if the scout cube gets out alive, like this one, it's so damaged and he can't repair it. And like that one too. Like, the time to repair on these things in this version of the game is like 7 minutes. In Triptych's mod, it's like 3 minutes. But it will be out of combat basically. Like, every bit of damage he does continues to count, whether he gets the kill or not. Whereas Tchapman has to actually get the kill, or you'll see that's like half the hit points of that ship right there. And another kind of premature GG, but I guess he's a bit aware of how much mining is going on. And his inability to continue production. So that will be the second game between Drone and Tchapman. It looks like Drone has taken both of them, and will be getting those points to advance to the next stage of the tournament. This is Triptych with my dental replay signing off.